Hello everyone, it's Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. I'm doing a little bit knitting this morning before I go down my granddaughter's. I'll be go down my granddaughter's round about 2 this afternoon. So I'll just do what knitting, little bit knitting I can in the morning after I finish whatever I have to do, you know, like washing up my dishes and vacuuming and things like that. Don't have to vacuum as often as some people because there's only me in this house. I'm the only one that makes a mess. So this is a one, I'm doing 2 of the same size and pattern and just different colour things for my sister, so she can pick which one. I'll take both down and let her pick which one she wants out of it, because I wasn't sure about the colours, what she'd like. This is the beaches and cream, the King Cole beaches and cream, this one. But I've also finished the first one. This was, I wasn't sure about this one when I was knitting this one. This is also the King Cole. This is a Baby Pure, I think it's called. So I had her in the back. And my pattern that I've got for this one is a buttoned up, but this is, my sister wanted a V-neck, so I just altered the neck, make it into a V-neck. But as you can see, because of the width of the back and the front is not as wide, so the colours, you get more rows to the colours. So I didn't really like the way it was coming out, so that's why I decided I'd do another one with a different colour thing. But I do these to match. When I do these, as you can see, I've done the 2 fronts as best I could to match, because that's what you look at, the front, you see the back, you don't see the back and fronts together. And then that's one sleeve. I've done the sleeves as best I could to match the fronts, because naturally there's less stitches for the sleeves as well, so these different stripes are different depths. But that's the way I like them, because I don't like them where you see some of these ones where you have, say, like I have grey down here and pink, and then it's lighter shades going up here. Some of them I've seen, they're like a bit grey, that have this bit here like this, and they have like the lighter colours down there and the darker colour up there. I don't like that. I like the fronts to match. Even though it's self-striping, you're supposed to just knit it as it comes, but I don't like that, so that's the way. Anyway, just in case my sister didn't like it, I thought I'll do another one with the beaches. So that one I just have to sew it up and do the neckband. And as it's a V-neck, I'm picking the stitches up. It'll be all the way around the whole thing. I don't do joins in the middle of V-neck ones, or in the middle of the neck where some people knit half and join them. I'll be using my circular needles and picking the stitches up all the way around the whole thing and doing them that way. So I've just got to finish that off. But I have done the back. That's the back of the beaches and cream one. And the front, I'm just doing these ones as they come. I'm not going to try and match them like I did with that one. I'm just going to do them. This one's not so bad because they're paler colours, where the other one had grey, like a darker colour, and a darker colour pink into light. But these are different colours. There's a few different colours in this one, so I'm just going to knit it as it comes. But something's annoying me about this wool. This is King Cole's Beaches, and according to this, it's 70% premium acrylic and 30% polyamide. It's 100 grams and there's 255 meters, which is not a lot actually for 100 grams. Usually most 100-gram balls come around about 300 grams, but this one you're going to need a bit more. But it's very fine. As you can see, the this is more like 4-ply to me. It is not like double knitting, and I know when I'm knitting with it, I've knitted this the size of needles it said, and it is quite loose looking, the stitches. I don't like the way it comes out. I think if I ever knit this again, I'm going to knit it on a I knit this with 325 for the bottom, the band, and the 4 for the body part, the 4mm. So if I knit this again like this, just plain, you know, with like lacy pattern or something like that on, I'm going to use 3mm and 375 because I think this is more like 4-ply, and I don't understand why you only get 255 meters in this when it's so fine. You should get an awful lot more. It must be a heavy wool, that's all I can say. But the most of the patterns I think this is more suitable for is for the like the blackberry stitch, or bubble as some call it. I call it blackberry stitch, where that makes it feel thicker, but it does not feel like double knitting. Because this here, this one is the same as King Cole. It's exactly the same. I'll read the instructions on the label. I've got it all in here. It is exactly the same as that other one. It's 70% premium acrylic and 30% polyamide, and there is 300 meters in this ball. This is a baby pure in the King Cole. So I can't understand why this one is 300 meters. Is exactly the same as this one, and there's only 255 meters in that one. That annoys me, something like that. But anyway, that's what I'm knitting with, so let's put that back in the bag. And that's a couple of little bits where I've snipped the wool off and that for to get the right colours in there. It's just little bits like that, but I'll work that in when I use up the rest of the wool. So that's one little rant over. I'll put the pieces down here. And another little rant. This is my pattern. This is my own pattern for this cardigan, except this one, as you can see, it's a button up where I'm doing a V-neck on this one. So I've just got to alter the from the armholes up to the neck to make it a V-neck. But I have this written down, all the instructions written down, because I have made PDFs of a lot of my patterns, and I have this one written down, but I thought I'll print out the pattern. Now normally when I print out my patterns, I set the printer to folder so that the print, it goes through as a single sheet and it comes out like that with the picture, and when it's opened up inside there's all the instructions on this side of the page and that side of the page. So it only takes one sheet of paper. Only I forgot before I started these two cardigans, I forgot I had been using something else, doing something else on my printer, and I'd changed the settings, and there was a few sheets of paper in the machine anyway, but I heard the first sheet come through, and then the first sheet comes through and it prints the picture on one side, and then it turns it over and does it with the writing on the other side. So I heard it twice. I wasn't watching it, but I heard it come twice, and then the third time. But what's doing third time? This is only one sheet should be. And then when I looked, I'd realised, so I've got a very large pattern. That's a picture. The first lot of instructions. And I didn't even turn the paper over. I could have saved that 3 sheets of paper for one pattern. But that's when I don't check things before I do these things, you know. But anyway, I will probably throw that away after I've finished and printed out properly. Change the setting on my printer to folder instead of printing out like that. You know, these things come to try me. they definitely do. But anyway, I'll put that pattern down there. But like I'm saying, I was talking about that, the beaches. This pattern here is the beaches, and as you can see, it's the bubble blackberry stitch one, and that pattern seems to work up better in that yarn than what ordinary plain knitting does. Plain knitting seems to come out where I think it's too thin, where the wool is too thin, but it's okay for that sort of thing because that's what it was for originally. So I am doing some of this, but when I go down to my sisters, sorry, when I go down to my granddaughters, I'll be taking my own. Get a little bit more of my cardigan. No, it's not a cardigan, it's a sweater. A little bit more of mine done. Because I haven't done any of this since I started them ones for my sister. Because I've been doing them of a night time as well, because I have to have it done by the 11th. So that's what I'm doing at my granddaughter's today with a bit of luck. At least the kids will be at school until they come in from school, so I'll have some time to sit and knit. I'll finish this row. I must just left it off in the middle of a row. So that's what I'm going to do when I go down. I'll have time for that. So that was just a little catch up to let you see what I've been doing and what I've been up to since the last video. So thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you all another time. So bye for now.